Rock Springs is a city in Sweetwater County, Wyoming, United States. The population was 23,036 at the 2010 census. Rock Springs is the principal city of the Rock Springs micropolitan statistical area, which has a population of 37,975. Rock Springs is known as the home of 56 nationalities because of the influx of immigrants from all over the world who came to work in the coal mines that supplied the fuel to power the steam engines of the Union Pacific Railroad. The city's rich cultural heritage is celebrated each summer on International Day, a festival where the foods, costumes, and traditions of residents' ancestors are recreated and enjoyed at Bunning Park in downtown Rock Springs. Rock Springs is the site of Western Wyoming Community College and Wyoming's Big Show, a yearly event with a carnival and concerts which is held at the Sweetwater County Events Complex. Rock Springs is located in an energy-rich region with many oil and natural gas wells. History: one of the worst incidents of anti-immigrant violence in American history, known as the Rock Springs Massacre, occurred among miners working near Rock Springs on September 2, 1885. There are still remains of the old coal mining towns outside of Rock Springs. Rock Springs was featured on 60 Minutes in 1977 due to corruption within the police department and city government. The grand jury was called into session. The sheriff, James Stark of Sweetwater County, testified and no wrongdoing was ever found. A follow-up was filmed 20 years later for the show City Confidential. The episode was named Rock Springs, Deadly Draw in the Wild West. Geography: Rock Springs is located at 41 degree 35 euro squared 6.38 euro cubed and 109 degree 13 euro squared 17.01 euro cubed W. According to the United States Census Bureau, the city has a total area of 19.34 square miles, all of it land. The city is approximately 67.59 feet above sea level. Climate: Rock Springs has a semi-arid climate with cold, snowy winters and warm summers. Precipitation is almost evenly spread throughout the year, with most months having between 0.50 inches and 0.60 inches, but May is normally the wettest month with 1.20 inches. The average January temperatures are a maximum of 29.1 degree Fahrenheit and a minimum of 11.2 degree Fahrenheit. The average July temperatures are a maximum of 83.4 degree Fahrenheit and a minimum of 53.4 degree Fahrenheit. There are an average of 6.4 days annually with highs of 90 degree Fahrenheit or higher. There are an average of 195.5 with lows of 32 degree Fahrenheit or lower and 14.3 days with lows of 0 degree Fahrenheit or lower. The record high temperature was 112 degree Fahrenheit on May 17, 1902, and the record low temperature was a 37 degree Fahrenheit on January 12, 1963. The average annual precipitation is 8.73 inches. There is an average of 75 days with measurable precipitation. The wettest year was 1973 with 13.29 in and the driest year was 1953 with 3.79 in. The most rainfall in one month was 6.50 in June 1899. The most rainfall in 24 hours was 3.50 in on June 12, 1899. The average snowfall is 43.6 inches. The most snowfall in 1 year was 94.0 in 1975. The most snowfall in 1 month was 22.5 in October 1971. Demographics: 2010 census at the 2010 census, there were 23,036 people, 8,762 households and 5,849 families residing in the city. The population density was 1,191.1 inhabitants per square mile. There were 10,070 housing units at an average density of 520.7 per square mile. The racial makeup of the city was 86.4% white, 1.4% African American, 0.8% Native American, 1.1% Asian, 0.1% Pacific Islander, 7.5% from other races, and 2.6% from two or more races. Hispanic or Latino of any race were 16.4% of the population. There were 8,762 households, of which 35.8% had children under the age of 18 living with them, 49.9% were married couples living together, 9.8% had a female householder with no husband present, 7.1% had a male householder with no wife present, and 33.2% were non-families. 25.3% of all households were made up of individuals, and 6.6% had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.57 and the average family size was 3.07. The median age in the city was 31.5 years. 26.4% of residents were under the age of 18. 11.4% were between the ages of 18 and 24. 29.4% were from 25 to 44. 24.6% were from 45 to 64. And 8.1% were 65 years of age or older. The gender makeup of the city was 52.1% male and 47.9% female. 2000 census At the 2000 census, there were 18,708 people, 7,348 households and 4,930 families residing in the city. The population density was 1,014.4 per square mile. There were 8,359 housing units at an average density of 453.3 per square mile. The racial makeup of the city was 91.75% white, 1.07% African American, 0.86% Native American, 1.02% Asian, 0.03% Pacific Islander, 3.05% from other races, and 2.22% from two or more races. Hispanic or Latino of any race were 8.96% of the population. There were 7,348 households, of which 35.4% had children under the age of 18 living with them, 52.5% were married couples living together, 10.2% had a female householder with no husband present, and 32.9% were non-families. 27.4% of all households were made up of individuals, and 8.5% had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.48 and the average family size was 3.02. 27.1% of the population were under the age of 18, 11.2% from 18 to 24, 29.2% from 25 to 44, 22.5% from 45 to 64 and 9.9% who were 65 years of age or older. The median age was 34 years. For every 100 females there were 99.2 males. For every 100 females age 18 and over, there were 98.2 males. The median household income was $42,584 and the median family income was $51,541. Males had a median income of $44,809 compared with $22,609 for females. The per capita income for the city was $19,396. About 6.4% of families and 9.4% of the population were below the poverty line, including 11.0% of those under age 18 and 8.7% of those age 65 or over. Education. Public education in the city of Rock Springs is provided by Sweetwater County School District No. 1. Schools serving the city include Desert View Elementary, Lincoln Elementary, North Park Elementary, Overland Elementary, Pilot Butte Elementary, Sage Elementary, Walnut Elementary, Westridge Elementary, East Elementary, Rock Springs Junior High School, and Rock Springs High School. There are also two alternative campuses: Independence High School and Roosevelt High School. Transportation. Highways Interstate highways, I-80, east-west interstate running from California to New York. Intersects US 191 northeast of Rock Springs. U.S. routes, US 30, east-west route through Rock Springs, and business route, US 191, north-south through Rock Springs that intersects I-80, Wyoming state highways, WIO 370, from Interstate 80 and US 30 exit 111 southeast to the Rock Springs Regional Airport. Signed only as Airport Road from the interstate, with one sign indicating Baxter Road. WIO 376, belt route around Rock Springs, splitting from and then meeting again with Business I-80 through Rock Springs, Wyoming. 430, stretch of road running south to the Colorado-Wyoming state line near Hiawatha Camp, Colorado. The route continues south as an unimproved highway all the way to Colorado 318 near Dinosaur National Monument. Airports == Rock Springs is served by Rock Springs Sweetwater County Airport. Railroads == Union Pacific serves Rock Springs. Sister cities: Rock Springs sister cities are United States, Green River, Wyoming. Media == websites == Rock Springs is served by two hyperlocal news websites, SweetwaterNow.com and YU4News.com. SweetwaterNow.com was founded in February 2013 and YU4News.com was founded in September 2013. Both sites provide original reporting, community updates and advertising. Print == Rock Springs is served by four print publications, Rock Springs Daily Rocket Miner, the Mustang Express, the Marquee, the Green River Star and the Sweetwater County Guide. Radio == Rock Springs is served by a number of radio stations including KRKK, XIT, KQSW, KMRZ, KYCS, KZWB, KFRZ and KUGR. Television == All television stations in Rock Springs are translators or satellites of stations located elsewhere. The Sweetwater Cable TV Company is the local cable television franchise serving Rock Springs. The system offers KGWC, Wyoming PBS and ABC affiliate KTWO-TV from Casper, plus most major stations from Salt Lake City. There are a couple of local public access television cable TV stations as well. Entertainment: every year during July, August, and September the city holds a county fair called Wyoming's Big Show. The event includes theme park rides, booths, restaurants and live entertainment. Rodeos have been a staple of the fair and famous performers are sometimes a part of the entertainment. Rock Springs also hosts several festivals throughout the year, including the International Festival, the Blues and Brews Festival, the Wyoming Chocolate Festival and the Rod and Rails Festival. Rock Springs is also known as the city where dreams are made. In popular culture, Rock Springs is mentioned in the song Coal Miner by OAR. The song appears on the band's album, In Between Now and Then. Rock Springs is also in the opening line of the song Sad Songs and Waltzes revisited by Mary Q. Trufellow. The song appears on the album Who to Love and When to Leave. Parts of the television show Ringer are set in Rock Springs. Rock Springs is featured in, and the source of the title for, Richard Ford's 1987 collection of short stories. A hotel in Rock Springs, along with the date 1097, is the setting given in the opening lines of I Keep a Diary by Braid on their album Frame and Canvas. Notable people: Adam Archuleta, safety for St. Louis Rams and Chicago Bears; Paul Brothers, football player; Ed Cantrell, accused of shooting undercover officer from Rock Springs Police Department; Edward Cripper, United States Senator from Wyoming; Mickey Daniels, actor who appeared in many movies in the 1930s; Boyd Dowler, wide receiver for Green Bay Packers and Washington Redskins; John Frullo, member of Texas House of Representatives from Lubbock, was reared in Rock Springs prior to 1980. His father is the architect John L. Frullo. Paul Gouza, member of United States House of Representatives representing Arizona's 4th Congressional District; Robert Holding, launched first of Little America hotels west of Rock Springs in 1952; Richard Onika, a Rock Springs attorney and Democratic member of Wyoming House of Representatives. Unsuccessful nominee for the U.S. District Court in Cheyenne, Robert H. Johnson, state senator from Rock Springs, 1967 to 1978. Attorney, 1963 to 1996. Managing editor Rock Springs Daily Rocket Miner, 1948 to 1961, Andrew Minatos, administrative assistant for U.S. Senate liaison to Presidents John F. Kennedy and Lyndon B. Johnson. Responsible for passing historic civil rights bills and other major legislation through Senate, Floribel Muir, syndicated newspaper columnist and reporter, Abby Norman, Miss Wyoming USA 2004, represented state in 2005 Miss USA pageant, Charles E. Richardson, former publisher of Daily Rocket Miner, Tino Roncalio, Democratic politician, U.S. Representative 1965 to 1967 and again 1971 until 1978, Jack Snow, wide receiver for Los Angeles Rams. John Wendling, football player for Buffalo Bills and Detroit Lions. References. External links: City of Rock Springs photos, Rock Springs Daily Rocket Miner, Rock Springs Chamber of Commerce, Community Fine Arts Center.